Hi Vibrant Souls, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Vibrant Soul Tarot, and in today's pick a card reading we are going to be asking for messages and advice from your future self. So I just love these types of readings. I feel like they're very helpful, as well as they kind of just bring us things that we need to hear at this time. And I think it's important for us to get sometimes a different perspective in life, and that perspective is going to be coming from the future you. So I'm really excited to do this reading. First things first too, I want to say this is a timeless reading. So basically what that means is that I am filming this in October around Halloween time-ish, and you could be watching this in the summertime, or you could be watching this 5 years from now, or you could be watching this right when I post it. Whenever you're watching this is when it's meant to find you. So let's go ahead and get into the pile selections here. We have these 4 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, starting right here, we have the Star Seeker Tarot along with this selenite snake. For pile number 2, we have the Accurate AF Tarot along with this citrine wand. For pile number 3, we have the Muse Tarot along with this green adventuring heart. And then for pile number 4, we have the Weaver Tarot along with this aura coated howlite. So please take your time in choosing your pile. If you do need more time, you're more than welcome to pause the video here, take as much time as you need. When you do have your pile selected, I will post the timestamps for each one in the description box below for your convenience, and I will see you at your reading all about what your future self would like to say to you. Bye! Hi pile 1, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the selenite snake crystal, or if you chose the Star Seekers Tarot deck, whichever one you chose, welcome. So today we are asking for messages and guidance from your future self. So the first message that I was getting before I started the video was this snake was looking a lot like snake skin, because it is selenite. It kind of already looks like the skin that shedded from a snake. So I thought that was very interesting. So this, one of the messages from your future self, is about transformation and completely shedding the old as well. And I know we do hear that message a lot, but it's something that we continually do throughout our lives, and it's something that propels us forward. And I think this is a specific message for you in this pile, because the snake is reminding me of potential as well, like reaching your full potential. And then with the powerful cleansing energy of the selenite together, it's like cleansing the old and becoming the version of you that you always wanted to be. And I just think that's a really powerful message to start with. So good for you. Now, with that being said, I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me in to my pile 1's higher self, their future self, and allow any messages, advice, and guidance that they may need to hear right now come through for them, please. Thank you. Ooh, and I'm already getting hot with this pile too. That means that it's gonna be a channeling. I'm excited already. All right. Might have to take off my sweater. Okay, what messages do we have here, please, from pile 1's future self? What does pile 1 need to know right now from their future self, please? Thank you. I'm going to choose some cards, just shuffling a bit. Oops, oops. They're coming out for me. Never mind. All right, the first card that we have coming out is the Knight of Swords. We have the Page of Swords as well, too, at the bottom. So we have the Knight of Swords. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the 7 of Wands. Okay, I'm looking at that imagery. We also have the World. Wow. Okay, let's get a couple clarifiers. Why is this Knight of Swords here? We have the 10 of Pentacles. That's a card of full potential as well, too. For the 3 of Cups, we have the Knight of Wands. I love that. For the 7 of Wands, which I'm hearing with the Seven of Wands, I'm hearing consistency. So we'll see what that's about. Where is the Seven of Wands here, please? Oops. We have the Star. I love that. I just love when the Star comes out in a future reading, as well as the Ten of Pentacles. So I'm already excited for you. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups in reverse, landing over here on this side, directly on top of the Ten of Pentacles as I was talking about it. So I feel as though there's a message for this. I'm going to keep that here, and then we're going to clarify the World card. So why is the World card here, please, Spirit? Is there a card that's flipped over? There is. We have the Ace of Cups. I was like, I thought I saw one. Bottom of the deck, we have Justice. Things working out in your favor with this Justice card as well. Also, if you're watching this, like I said, it is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this as I'm filming this, we are in October, like I said in the intro, and Justice is Libra. So whether or not you're wondering if this is like a year from now, or if it has something to do with Libra season, that could be very significant for you. But we are in Libra season right now as well. So this could be a very important time for you if you're watching this right now. And if not, just a Libra could be significant, or Libra season could be significant as well. But for the most part, that message here with this Justice was things working out in your favor, things coming back into balance as well. So I feel like right now the message from your future self is you are headed places that are going to be, that, you know, are wonderful. There is some consistency and some challenges that you are going to be overcoming, that you may be overcoming right now, but you're on the road to a much better destination. Now, I feel like with this Seven of Cups in reverse landing on the Ten of Pentacles with this Knight of Swords, one message from your future self is to stay focused, stay driven, and keep your eye on the prize is kind of the message with that. Sometimes our minds can play tricks on us, or we can have doubts, or we can get confused, or you know what I'm saying, and especially if we're in a destination of the unknown, especially if we're trying to trying to go somewhere that we don't know if it's even possible, or we don't know what the outcome's going to be. This is saying that the outcome is going to be great for you. And it could even have something to do with an abundance or some sort of family, because it is the Ten of Pentacles here. But that's giving me like an energy of like security as well too, like something, and also like it's giving me an energy of like you made it, like it's a completion type of energy. But sometimes our minds like to bring in these doubts, or we feel like we don't know, you know, the answers. But your future self is saying that you do know, and you are going in the right direction, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. And with this Seven of Wands and the Star here, this is like holding true to your beliefs, to your values, and keeping that faith that your effort and your consistency is going to bring you exactly what it is that you want, or exactly where it is that you need to be. And I love that we have the World here with the Ace of Cups too, because this is an ending of hard times, an ending of cycles, gaining that knowledge, gaining that different perspective, and then a beautiful, beautiful new beginning here for you with the Justice card. I can't help but to feel this energy of gratitude as well as I'm channeling this, you know, in my heart space. And so I feel like if you're going through a hard time right now, or you're in a situation where you're putting in work, or you're putting in a lot of effort as well, you know, you're really being asked to stand your ground and to continue it, because it's going to be so worth it. And I'm hearing another message of like, whether or not you believe fully in yourself, you know exactly what you're doing, and you are being led. So to trust in that as well too. Now, I really wanted to save this one as well too, this Three of Cups and this Knight of Wands, because look at the energy of the imagery on this card of this Knight of Wands. This is happy. This is like feeling free. This is following, you know, your passion or whatever it is. And I feel like the one thing the reason why I kind of wanted to save this for last, because I feel like this is going to be something that's so special in the end as well too, is the people that you come across on this journey. I feel like you are eventually going to find your soul family, or a lot of like-minded people with this, because we have the Three of Cups, which is giving me like, this is friendship, this is a community, this is joy. These are things that you've, accumulated, and people that understand you. And I think this is going to be an important part on your journey as well too. So if you are specifically, maybe for some of you, like feeling like you're in a hermit mode, or feeling like you don't have like-minded people that understand you around you, this is a perfect omen that's saying that those people are going to be coming, that they are along your journey, and you are going to be supported as well too. And I love that it's like such a happy, like celebratory energy. For some of you, you may have kind of always felt like the odd one out, or for some of you, you feel like the people around you don't appreciate the things that you have to offer as well. And with that being said, I think it's so beautiful, and almost like a breath of fresh air with this imagery as well, that you are going to you're going to find that group of people for you, or you're going to find those people that are meant for you along your journey. And I think that's amazing. Now let's get some oracles here for you to see any other messages here, or maybe like add-ons as well. And I love that the star here is coming through to say this is almost like, to me, like a wish fulfillment, or like, the faith, the hope, or the things that you wanted, because it's like, it could be like a wish upon a star, like sometimes sometimes it seems so distant. And this is saying, with consistency, because that's what I heard with that Seven of Wands, consistency, you're going to reach those almost seemingly unobtainable visions or goals that you've had for yourself, whether this is just a goal, or this is just a life that you feel like you want to live, or an energy that you feel like you want to be in the future. Your future self is coming through to say that you accomplished those things. You got it done. Like, we completed this. It worked out in your favor. Just do not give up, and try to have as much faith as possible. And I say try because, sometimes it's not always, especially the Seven of Wands can be like challenges. It could be like people not believing in you. It could be like it could be life, or it could just be you feeling like you have to fight so hard for what it is that you want. Regardless of that, all of those things made you so strong in this future version. And I just can't help but, like I said, feel very grateful and overwhelmingly gratitude feeling for all of the efforts and trials and tribulations that you put in. And it's just worth it. It was so worth it at the end. And it's not even the end too. That's the thing. It's like, it's the end of that period. It's the end of that cycle. It's the end of all of that, just to begin again in such a beautiful way. All right. Any messages or advice or guidance here from Pile 1's future self? What would they like to say to Pile 1? Oh, I love that. Look at with the have faith in your dreams with that star card. That's so beautiful. And have faith in yourself as well. You're more than capable of this. And I love how the beginning message with the snake was about potential, because this is all about you coming into your full potential and creating the experiences in the life that you probably only dreamt of for some of you. Okay, so we have it's always tea time. So this is kind of giving me like, this card always comes to me for some reason, and it reminds me of like the devil energy, because it's like cycles, because it says repetition, eternity, and endless moments. And I feel like the message with this is that it feels like these challenges are going on forever, or it feels like we are constantly having to pull through something, or like, it's kind of giving me that energy of like, it's always something here. If that's how you've been feeling, or that's how you felt in the past, you know what I'm saying? This is saying that, these things are not just for no reason, and you're breaking cycles here as well too. So this is a great energy of overcoming obstacles, breaking cycles, releasing all of the things that are holding you back and the things that are keeping you stuck. And I'm not saying that you're being stuck on, like, you're keeping you stuck on purpose. These are like, it's your fault or whatever, it's more or less of like breaking free is what I'm hearing, like breaking free from those things eventually. And these are things that I feel like are going to happen naturally, of course, in your process. It's nothing to like get overwhelmed with or think about too much. Just know. And I think that's why we had a lot of the focus, this Knight of Swords and this Ten of Pentacles, on staying focused on the outcome. Of course, it's always important to stay focused on the now and on the present, but don't forget what the outcome is going to be, or don't forget why you're doing this. Even if you have no idea, you know, it's more or less just like kind of focusing on what it is that you want, or focusing on like your destination at the same time as taking it step by step. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that destination here is like motivation for you at the same time as taking it step by step, and you know, and just knowing that it is a process as well is also keeping you grounded in the same time, and not making you feel overwhelmed or like wanting to give up. There's like a perfect balance here between those two things that I think your future self is coming through to say is very important to have. Like, don't forget why you're doing it, or don't forget you know, what it can be, but also stay very grounded in the present. Because when we're not grounded in the present, we think of all the things we have to do, or what's not happening, and all of this stuff, and then it gets overwhelming. And I believe that's kind of like that Seven of Cups for you here in reverse, of like sometimes it just feels like too much, you know, and we gotta just remain focused. Okay, the next card we have coming out for you is Belong to Your Own Dream, which is create your own life. I love how these are so synchronistic to what we were just talking about. And at the bottom of the deck we have emotions are running high with supermoon. And I know like we just had a supermoon as well too. And I feel like we just had a couple. Like I feel like almost every moon, I could be wrong. I could just be, I'm over dramatic sometimes and I remember things a lot more dramatic than they are. I tend to do that, but I feel like we're in like a supermoon cycle. I just said that because it rhymed. But anyways, regardless, it doesn't matter about what was happening, but I feel, or what was happening here right now, but I do feel this is like, when the emotions are running high, when things are seemingly too much to handle at times, remember how powerful you are, and remember that you are capable of creating this. If your future self wasn't here right now reminding you of that, you are creating your own dream, that you are creating your own life, and that this is possible, that means that you've done it. That means that there is definitely a version of you coming through here saying that we did this, we can do this, believe in me, I'm here, and I need you to do this. We need you to do this, you know. And I feel like, and that's why I felt that gratitude so strongly in my heart chakra, because your future self is so proud of you, and your future self just can't thank you enough for believing in them, and believing that this is possible. And even if for some of you too, even if you don't know what a this is, just know that it's coming, and it just know that it's meant to be. And there's such a better, brighter future here for you. Even if you're okay with where you're at, your future self is saying, we're not settling here, we want more, we want better. And I love that. I love that so much for you. All right, I want to get one more oracle. We have Angel of Balance coming through, which I feel is always important. There's always, every time, like I feel like when I'm trying to do something, or when I'm, you know, going through something, the Angel of Balance, or balance, the energy of balance always comes through to either remind us that what goes up comes down. So like if you are in a state of like, you feel like maybe, this is just an example too, but you feel like you're in a state of lack, you know what I'm saying, that things will come back into balance as well too, that it doesn't last forever, that there's always like a shift. And then I believe this is a message here for you about that kind of remaining balanced. And I think it has a lot to do with you remaining in the flow here as well too. But we can read, I actually want to see a little bit more about this balance, because we have multiple things. What is about this balance here? And I'm hearing as well things coming back into balance for you. Oops. We have All Tied Up in reverse. And then we have the Healer of the Ages in reverse. Oops, and I just dropped one on the ground. Bottom of the deck, we have Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Oh, there's another message here as well too with this balance that I'm hearing, is that you don't always have to have it all figured out right now too. You know, it's kind of like just do what you can when you can, if that makes sense to some of you. But let me grab this card on the ground here. Okay, so we have guilt. All right. So I feel like this is, again, that energy of like, with this all tied up in reverse, it's like releasing these fears, releasing these limiting beliefs, and letting this healer energy come through. You could be a healer as well too. This could be something significant for your journey, as well as some of the greatest healers are the ones, they don't just go out, wake up, or were born to heal other people. They always start by healing themselves as well, and then they have such an impact on other people when they share their story, or someone comes across and hears their journey, or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this as well too. You know, you're very much releasing anything that has ever made you feel like you're not good enough, has held you back as well. And I feel like with this guilt, this is a double message here. So we have, I release any beliefs that no longer assist my soul's growth. That is exactly what we're talking about here. But I do believe too, for some of you, there could be a wound around guilt of succeeding. Now, I know that sounds so crazy, because it's like, that's something that our minds are like, why would I feel guilty for being successful? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes when we're growing up, like we felt guilty for having something of our own when other people can't have something. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, you know, any kind of guilt surrounding this. Okay, I'm hearing the song The Emperor's New Clothes by Panic at the Disco. And I think that's in reference to this reading, because the specific lyrics that I'm hearing here now are like, I see what's mine and I take it. And with that being said, you know, it's like you're not asking for permission for anything. You're deciding what it is that you want, and you're going out and you're getting it and you're taking it. And you don't have to feel any type of guilt for this or any type of remorse. Just know that everyone else has their own challenges as well too. So some people will be going, you know, it's kind of hard to explain, but I think for some of you, you know, you're getting it. Like, what I mean is, like, if you, okay, I'm hearing from your future self right now that this is later on in the journey as well too, that this is like when you do succeed, when you do have this, don't feel guilty. That makes a lot more sense. Thank you. Don't feel guilty for having these things anymore, especially because you worked hard for them as well too. If anything, you're like a blessing to other people, and you show them that it's possible, that they can do it as well, that they can have things as well. And I feel like with this balance as well too, it's when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel this all tied up energy at times, come back to your center, come back to, you know, and balance yourself, and remember that those are just illusions. Or remember this reading, you know what I'm saying? Remember this reading and the messages of like, this is going to happen for you. Like, you don't have to worry so much about what it's going to be. You just focus on what it is that you're doing. And I think that's cute too. Cute? I didn't mean to say cute. I meant to say beautiful. But it's cute. Maybe you're cute and beautiful and adorable. So this is definitely that Seven of Wands energy that we were seeing here for you, that I can accomplish what it is that I set my mind to. And I believe this is very much tied to, I release any beliefs that no longer assist my soul's growth. And something else that I'm hearing right now from your future self is basically that these things will come up when they need to come up along the journey as well too. So like a lot of the time we want to do all this shadow work, which I feel is very helpful. Don't get me wrong. We want to do all this shadow work, and we want to do just know what we need to work on, and, you know, get it all done. Well, on this journey in particular for you, things are going to arise when they need to arise, and you will deal with them then. Almost like an energy of like, don't worry, you'll cross that bridge when you get there. Don't worry, you'll heal these wounds when they come up. And to be mindful of that as well too. And also your higher self and your future self wants you to enjoy the journey as much as you want to focus on the destination as well. And there's a beautiful message actually coming through with that here for you, because someone who enjoys the journey is going to get a lot further than someone who is only in it for the destination. So I'm not saying that the someone who's only in it for the destination isn't going to reach that destination, but it's like, for example, say you like running or walking, or someone likes, okay, I feel like if someone's like, no one enjoys running, but there's people that enjoy running, okay? It's true. But so like, yeah, we'll just use running for an example. So say there's someone who wants to run for the health benefits, the destination. So the health benefits, maybe the aesthetic benefits, you know, that makes you look better, you get leaner, you burn calories, all of that stuff, right? All of these stuffs are great reasons to run at the same time too. Do not get me wrong. But there's like a destination, or maybe this person just wants to be healthier. Rather as the person that wants to run just because they enjoy running is going to receive all of those benefits at the same time, and also run a lot more and enjoy it at the same time. Do you know what I'm saying? Or even if this, you can pertain this to walking, because I know running I feel like for a lot of us is like an acquired taste. Like you kind of like, sometimes, like, especially for me personally, like I do enjoy running, but it is very challenging. I like the mental challenge, but like I didn't know that I enjoyed running until after, you know, the fact. So we'll just say walking, or honestly, whatever it is for you. You can sub in whatever. Even you can sub in this, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But the person that enjoys the journey is gonna get to the destination and probably beyond, you know what I'm saying? Rather than someone who's just doing it for the destination. So that's a message from your future self as well too. So to enjoy the process as well. There's so many things. I keep getting interrupted by your higher self. I mean, by your future self. So I feel like there's a lot of things, like they're just so excited for you, because they also said to stop and smell the roses. And I'm so sorry, this reading does seem a little bit choppy here. I feel like I'm getting so many different messages at times, so I can't even, sometimes it feels like I can't finish a sentence. So if we could just chill on that, guys. Thank you so much. Love you. But yeah, stop and smell the roses, because your future self is saying that you're gonna look back at this version of you with so much compassion, and you're gonna say, dang, like, I remember when we were doing that, or I remember when I did that, but now I'm here. And so when your future self does that, you know, in those moments, that's you as well, like being in the moment and just being completely engulfed in where you're at and where you're gonna, and like, you know, not so much where you're gonna be. It's like a sentimental thing that your future self is coming through and saying. So very cute. Love that for you. Let's see, do we have any other messages? Oh, I love this. So we have nothing is set in stone. We have I want to be queen, which is stating your sovereignty and declaring your freedom and passing a test. I love that. And then we have balance, more balance energy with balanced spirituality and practicality. Yeah, you know, your spiritual support and your like spiritual beliefs and on all of these things are helping you as well, but also to keep that practical sense of like taking the action and all of that is something that is very important here too. But basically, like, this is about you like being the queen or king of your own reality, you know, you deciding what it is that you want. And I love that it's nothing is yet set in stone, because this is saying again that you are in control, or you have the power. Yeah, you have the power to create this. So, and it's not so much that I'm hearing like nothing is set in stone, like this isn't, it's not that it's like this isn't meant for you, or this isn't, but if you want to say this is like your destiny and things like that, that's great. And I think those are all things that are true as well too. This is just reminding you of your power and endless possibilities is what I'm hearing too. Because as I heard endless possibilities, I heard that one song that's like the yet is still unwritten. I can't even remember what that song is. It's a classic. But let's see. Okay, so on that note, we're going to see some more advice here for you. I'm thinking kind of advice for you in the now, not so much future oriented. This is going to be present advice for you. Ooh, I love that. Don't suffer from FOMO, which is fear of missing out. You aren't missing out. Focus on living your best life. This is something that's really such a good message, especially when we think of, or when we're kind of stuck in the future. We read these future readings and all of that stuff too. This is about you. I'm hearing when you're disciplined, when you're focused as well, like when you want to spend time doing other things. And what I mean by that is, like, I'm getting like distracting things, like maybe like scrolling on your phone, or, you know, things of that nature where you could be using your time better. And I'm not saying that every single second and every single minute has to be focused in doing that. What I'm saying is that sometimes, okay, I'm hearing that the good times are yet to come and you have plenty of time as well. But it's more or less like you're not missing, like when you see other people like doing their thing, or other people going out, and maybe you're focused on, say, like, for example, like you're working towards something and you're at work or whatever, you know, and you're doing that. But then there's other people that are like doing other things. You know, you're not missing out on those opportunities. You're still going to have those opportunities to have fun as well too, even though this says living your best life. It's just, sometimes we have to sacrifice our time, and sometimes we have to sacrifice things to get to where we want to be, and that's okay too, you know, like. And yeah, that's a great message as well too, because sometimes we have to sacrifice certain things that we want to do, or maybe, like, you know, even if it's like saving money or putting money into something important rather than using it for yourself. Like, we have to sacrifice those things in order to benefit us in the future as well. Otherwise, we sacrifice our future. So either way, there's going to be a sacrifice made, and that's like good for discipline. That's a good message for discipline as well too. Like, again, like another example would be like, if you want to get super buff, or you want to get super like ripped, you know what I'm saying, in the gym or something, it's like it's you're gonna sacrifice your time, and you're going to sacrifice your comfort zone. Specifically, you're going to sacrifice your comfort zone to get to where you need to go. Otherwise, if you stay in your comfort zone, you're sacrificing where it is you want to go. So either way, there's going to be a sacrifice made. You get to choose which one it's going to be. But you're not missing out on anything else by choosing what you want. Okay, so the first card we have is, this is the sassy deck, guys. If you know, you know. But, so please don't take offense to that. It's just, I didn't make it, okay? But it is a good message. It says practice gratitude is the main message here. And that was a message coming out from your future self about how grateful you are. And practicing gratitude is such a good way to raise your vibration and to allow yourself, I'm hearing this is allowing you to be more creative as well too, because it like, for some reason, I'm getting like an image and feeling like an open mind here. Practicing gratitude is just a great way to make us feel better, to bring us into a higher vibration, to be in the energy of love and all of those things, especially when we're in a funk and we're feeling down. The best thing we can do for ourselves is at least think of maybe a couple things that we're grateful for. And I feel like a lot of the time it helps us regardless, even if it's like a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Okay, the next card we have is lighten up. You don't need to have it all figured out right now. Be in the moment. And then we have friendships can be confusing. People have different roles in your life. Some relationships won't last. Learn from everyone. And we did have a specific message for you about friendships in the beginning, about you coming across the right people in your life eventually. So this could be definitely an indication of the people that don't make you happy, or the people that maybe you feel off with, or if you've been in an energy of like cutting ties or separating yourself from other people. This is saying that that's probably the right thing to do, and you're definitely feeling the right type of vibe. Like if you get vibes from other people, like whether that's jealousy, or you just feel like the people around you just don't understand you. And I'm not talking about maybe like specifically family for some of you, like if you live with them or things like that, even though to an extent that could be the case, because sometimes family, you know, in certain situations does need to be cut off at times, you know. depending on the severity. So that could be the case for you as well too. But I'm getting that there's just an energy of you kind of cleansing yourself from other people around you. And this could be, you know, beneficial to this process that you're going through right now with your future self as well too. Like sometimes we have to get away and we have to cleanse all of the energies around us that are influencing us in ways that we don't even know. You know, we get influenced by other people, and so this, I feel like your future self is going to say, like, you know, you're on a destination where you're going to be I heard like a winner, but you know, that's the best outcome for you, whatever it is that this is, you know what I'm saying? And so you're going to be surrounded by winners here, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that anyone else is a loser or anything. It's just birds of a feather flock together, and you're going to be surrounded in the future with people that want to see you shine, that want to see you win, that, you know, fuel you. And anyone else that does not do that for you now, it's like, you gotta go. And don't forget to laugh as well with this lighten up. Don't forget to find things that make you feel good. It's not always all serious and like we have to crunch time, crunch the numbers, get it all done as well too. Like there's so much joy in this process for you, and there's so many beautiful things to laugh about and to lighten up. And I think that your higher self and your future self really just wants you to be easy on yourself and to not take things so seriously. I know sometimes that comes like from my spirit team, for me personally a lot too. We take things, sometimes we get so focused and so serious, and sometimes we just need to like loosen up and not take things so seriously and like laugh at ourselves and laugh at other people. It's very healing, and it helps us just enjoy life, you know. We all want to enjoy life as well too. I'm also called to look at the bottom of this deck here. We have woman holding a heart, and underneath that we have fear. And I feel like one of the things that you're going to be, what's going to be happening, we also have financial constraints in reverse as well too. So your finances are going to be getting better in this future, in this future version of you. Also, you know, opening up your heart and being vulnerable is something that's going to be very important for you in this process as well too. Of course, I feel like you've learned through situations, and maybe this could be a problem because the people in your past, or even maybe someone in your present, didn't make you feel safe to open up, or you did and you were hurt, and that's perfectly normal and perfectly fine. One of the other things that you're going to be overcoming though is allowing love to flow in and allowing yourself to open up to this beautiful new experience. This can also indicate a love connection coming through as well from your future self, and they're kind of saying like, one of the lessons is going to be for you is to be able to open up into love without being fearful. And I think that's beautiful for you as well too. I love that for you. And then that makes sense too, because then we have this friendships can be confusing, that people do have different roles in your life. You know, some are meant to stay, some are not meant to stay, some are meant to show you that you're worth more, some are meant to show you that you can accept love and that you are worthy of this. You know, it's all different roles for sure. So be open to new roles in the future as well too for other people. Don't look at everything through the same past lens. But I'm also hearing this is something that you're going to be growing and working through as well too. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. These are just messages coming through to help you when they arise or when you need them to. But is there anything else here for pile 1 here? I heard, just remember you are loved, and we're so grateful for you and everything that you have to offer. Don't ever doubt yourself of being worthy of anything that you can set your mind to, because you're worth it. You're worth putting in the effort for, and you're worth achieving it, and you deserve it. Know when you receive these beautiful things that you do deserve it as well too. And I think that's that guilt coming through as well too. Oh, that is so sweet. But yes, I am going to leave this reading here though. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, quick thank you as well to all the people who do support the channel, who are subscribed, or who do subscribe and comment and share and support other people and support me and everything like that. I'm so grateful for you. It's ridiculous. And I just can't thank you guys enough. And I'm so excited to have you you know, part of my life and a part of this community as well. It just warms my heart and fills my heart so much. I can't even describe it. I feel like it could just pop. So thank you for all that you do as well. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next pick a card. Bye. Oops, that was my zipper. Bye. Hi Pile 2 and welcome to your reading. If you chose the beautiful citrine wand, or if you chose the Accurate AF Tarot deck, this is your reading, so welcome. So today we are asking for messages and advice from your future self. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. First thing is the crystal that you chose is a crystal that promotes positivity, and it's a great crystal for manifestation as well as just bringing in positive change into your reality. So this could be significant to the messages here from your future self. Let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper though. So what are some messages here, Spirit, from Pile 2's future self? What would they like them to know? Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this already is seeming like it's about abundance for sure. And the crystal that you chose, citrine, is a great crystal for bringing in abundance and manifestations and all of those wonderful, wonderful things. So let's see a little bit deeper. What are some messages here from Pile 2's future self? We have the Ten of Swords. Get over here. Oh, got it. And then we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, let's get a couple clarifiers and then we will begin. So why is the Six of Pentacles here? We have the Wheel of Fortune. For the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Pentacles. I love that for you. For the Ten of Swords, we have the Nine of Cups. And the Eight of Cups. Why is the Eight of Cups here for my beautiful Pile 2s? We have Judgment. Wow. Bottom of the deck for you, we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so the first message from your future self here is definitely, I want to say, whatever it is that you're going through right now, or whatever it is that challenges you may be facing, to do not give up, because they are ending here with the Ten of Swords. I feel like this Ten of Swords is about you completely it's almost like transmuting your life, or some sort of beautiful, wonderful alchemy that is going to be happening with your life. And it feels like it's going from like almost like a rock bottom feeling to, oh my gosh, I did it, you know, with this emotional fulfillment, with this Nine of Cups, from this Ten of Swords. That's going from like complete opposite ends of the spectrum. So to me, this is giving a beautiful, beautiful energy of like you're able to alchemize your life from nothing, from seemingly nothing to something. And I think that all of the things that you've been through or are going to go through or have gone through, either way, were not in vain. They were definitely for a specific purpose, for specific lessons, and they only made you appreciate what it is that you're going to have so much more. It's almost like if you didn't go through these hard times, you wouldn't appreciate these super great times, or these, the lows make us appreciate the highs. Now I know when we're in a low though, that's not something that we want to hear, of course, but it is still the truth. Now, I feel like, you know, with this Six of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune here, the message that I got with the Wheel of Fortune is that Spirit is on your side with this. You are going to be co-creating something here with Spirit, with your higher self, with your future self, whatever it is that you, you know, are create, like whatever it is that you want to say that you're creating with. But we're just gonna say Spirit and, you know, the universe is really on your side. And I feel like the amount of effort that you put in this is not going to go in vain, or just you giving back to yourself and giving in, because I feel like for some of you this could be a specific journey, like you may already know what this is. And then for some of you this could just be the journey of self-discovery, because as well with this Eight of Cups and this Judgment in the future, I feel like there's something that you're not seeing, and I think that it's kind of being a little vague as I'm channeling it, because it's like you're going to be in a completely new direction and a completely new, it's like what you thought was going to take a turn for the worse ended up being like the best thing ever. And I know that sounds so specific and so vague at the same time, but that's the message that's coming through with that. Now, also with this Eight of Cups and this Judgment, I feel as though this is about you letting go of previous judgments. Anything that's standing in your way, whether that's anyone, like, oh, there's a bird at my window. That could be a sign. I didn't get to see what kind it was though, so sorry about that, but it kind of startled me. And that Judgment can be a very startling energy at times too. It can be like some sort of like wake up call at the same time. Now, I think this is about you coming in and stepping into your own power here as well too, because I feel like with this letting go energy of this Eight of Cups, this is about you rising up into the person that you really are meant to be. And I feel like, because especially with this Judgment here, you know, this door, it's like a, you know, a portal that you may be entering through. And I love that it's actually with the Eight of Cups, because the Eight of Cups is leaving everything that you kind of know behind and stepping into this unknown kind of portal as well too. It's like you've already seen what it is that you need to see. You're realizing there's nothing left for you here, so you're deciding to go on a different adventure, you know, take a new route, go somewhere else. And then I love that this Judgment is like a portal here. It's like, okay, you're going to be walking into the unknown, but Spirit has your back here. You're going to be protected. You are guided here, and everything that you give is going to be matched as well, because this is a beautiful abundance that is coming to you. We have the Ace of Pentacles turning into the Nine of Pentacles, which is like you taking this beautiful opportunity and rolling with it and running with it and creating something that is going to bring you some sort of independence, financial gain. And I feel as though this is comfort for a lot of you. So for some of you, if you kind of have been going through a struggle financially, or maybe you felt like it's whatever it is that you've been wanting to manifest has not coming for you, your future self is coming to say to hold on, to be consistent here with the Seven of Wands, that it is going to actually in turn surprise you. And I love again that Ten of Swords, that Nine of Cups, that's like, this is the end, it's over, clarified by like, oh no, file 2, it's only beginning, and you're gonna get everything that you want. You're gonna get everything that your heart desires. It's gonna take some work though. It's gonna take some healing for sure. But anything that, you know, doesn't take work, is it really worth it at times? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was that message and energy for you, that this is going to be something that's so worth it here. So this could be something that you've been thinking about, or this could be something that's in the beginning stages for some of you as well too. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because the Ace of Pentacles is coming with the Nine of Pentacles. Now this is like you taking, like I said, taking an opportunity and rolling with it, but also creating something more and more and more that brings results. And I feel as though this is something that is going to last a long time as well too. So if this is something that maybe you feel is taking a while, or for some of you, you're just kind of still trying to figure out what it is, you know, this is saying that this is going to be presented to you. You're going to know what it is when it comes, or if you do know already, and it's going to be something that is going to be worthwhile. But it is going to be something that, you know, you're going to put your time and effort in, and that's normal and that's okay. But just know that this is fated with the Wheel of Fortune. This is saying that this is on your side. And don't be afraid to give to this. Obviously not to the point where you're at detriment. I know that kind of sounded like, oh yeah, give everything. No, this is something that you're going to want to put in a lot of effort in the beginning, because it's going to reap the rewards. Because with the Six of Pentacles here, this is about you giving and then receiving back. Now this could come back to you at a later time in the future, like you're giving now, and this is going to come back to you in this future self, which I believe is kind of the message here, since this is a message from your future self. And also this can come back in many different ways, shapes, and forms too. So the love that you put out, the energy that you put out, don't worry if you're not seeing results now, or you're not seeing that it's coming back. It definitely will come back. And I love that we have this Nine of Pentacles here too, which is like, and it's you being able to support yourself, you being able to be independent, you being able to buy those things that you want, as well as, you know, and not having to sacrifice anymore, because the sacrifices that I feel a lot of you are making now within that are going to, it's going to benefit you later. Like it's going to come back into balance, basically. Very interesting. Let's see some more messages here. I really am drawn to this, the Ten of Swords. It says only upwards. It's like you can only go up from here, and the upwards is the Nine of Cups. That's fantastic. And I feel like you're going to be releasing a lot of past judgments and past obstacles with this as well too. It's like these things, this Eight of Cups and this Judgment, it's like these things, those challenges that you're going through now, or the challenges that you may come across as well, are going to be the thing of the past pretty soon. And I think that if it has a lot to do with judgment, like literal, like other people's judgments, this is something that is going to be overcome tremendously. And I think that's great for your growth as well too. Like if you're doing something, you know, in the field of where, well, I mean, people are going to judge people regardless. That's kind of what they do. And it doesn't really matter what other people think of you. Is really none of your business. And also remember too, if you have been dealing with judgments, or you will maybe along this way, just know that it's really important to know yourself, to know your truth, and to stand in your power, because so no one else can tell you who you are. As well as people always just assume things, and they have no idea too. So just because someone says something, or you think something, that's just a theory. You know, we call those fan theories over here. When people hate and they think that you're something, like you're doing something, that's what I call them. Like those are fan theories, and theories are not truth. And that's why it's important to always know who you are and remember who you are, so no one can tell you anything. And that's something that you're going to be stepping into. I feel like this is stepping into your power as well too. And Judgment is a card of truth. Your truth. And your truth doesn't look like everyone else's truth. And that's why judging other people doesn't really do anything. Because what someone else is doing is completely irrelevant to someone else. All right, let's get some more oracles here for you, though. Can you, Coyote's future self, tell us anything else? We have a win-win outcome is in the forecast with the full moon in Libra. So for some of you, if you're watching this, I am filming this in Libra season. For others of you, Libra season could be significant, but I'm really drawn to the balancing scales. And I feel like this is about things coming back into balance for you, like that kind of rock bottom coming back into balance. Now you get to experience the other end of that spectrum. And I just think that's so amazing. And it's a win-win. That means it's not a win-lose. That means that this outcome is, it's already, I mean, I always like to say nothing is ever written, like nothing is ever written in stone, but this is basically saying, like, you know, to keep a positive outlook on the future, because it's looking pretty bright for you. I mean, it literally says a win-win outcome. You are going to succeed for sure. And I feel like you're in a big process right now of development, of change, of creation right now. And I think that's, and this process is so important. It's so pivotal, and it's so necessary to get to where you're going. So whatever process you're in right now, don't knock it as well. Like it's just as important as all of the other processes too. Okay. Ooh, I love this. We have I wonder what will happen next. And we have the number 2 as well too. So 2, because you are pile 2, could be a significant number, 222. But we have I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure Precipice of change. We were just talking about that. And pause before action. This is interesting. This is about you. I wonder what will happen next. It almost gives me that energy of like when you're trying to calm your mind, one of the things that can be helpful is being like, I wonder what thought I'm going to have next. And then all of a sudden it feels like you have this sense of control over your thoughts. And the only reason why I feel like this is like this, it's because it's like you're predicting that change. You're like, I wonder what's going to happen next. I wonder what I'm going to do next as well. You know what I'm saying? Even if you really can't literally predict it, or you feel like you don't have control over it, sometimes it's like an exciting adventure is going to wait for you. And this positive outlook and this positive outcome, this for sure positive outcome should help you with this positive outlook for sure. And so it's like an exciting type of energy too. It's almost giving me like the Page of Wands. And I feel like your future self wants you to get hyped up for this. Like they want you to be excited for this. They want you to know that it's going to be okay. And they want you to remember that this is an amazing journey and to not miss it. Don't blink and miss it. Like this is so exciting for you. And this is an important part as well too. And I love that precipice of change of how we were just talking about, you know, you're literally in the process of creating this beautiful positive change. And I think that, and I'm feeling excited for you. And that's your future self saying like it's okay to be positive. It's okay to trust in this process, and it's okay to let go and believe that this is happening for you. And I know for some of you, that's what you've been doing and that's what you've been like wanting to do, but it's like almost like there's still this energy of like, well, what if, or I don't know, or, you know, and that's perfectly common and that's perfectly normal as well. But it's okay to know that this is going to work out. It's okay to believe, and it's okay to dive fully into the unknown, because you know that spirit is on your side here, that this is working out for you in your favor. And there was a message before coming through. I can't even remember what reading it was or why. And I feel like it was kind of a long time ago. And I can't even believe that I'm remembering it now. But there was a message in someone's pick a card, someone's reading, that was like spirit coming through and was saying like, if you knew that you were going to succeed, and if you knew that you were going to have this beautiful outcome and that you were going to be taken care of and that everything was going to work out in your favor, how would you act then? And you know, and that is such a beautiful energy. It's like you would act with passion, you would act with creativity, you would act with confidence as well. So I think your future self is coming through to say to have confidence in your abilities here, because the things that you've been trying to manifest, or the things that are meant for you to manifest, this abundance is already yours. They're saying it's happened for you. It's yours. Just trust your process, trust yourself, and have some fun. Okay, so we have law is not justice, rules that are not fair. And then we have more balancing scales. We have more like Libra energy or balancing scales as well too. Justice is even coming through. That is the card for Libra. Now, I feel like with this law is not justice, rules that are not fair, is that things in life, things that we've been through are just that. They are not fair. But it doesn't mean that it was deserved, and that doesn't mean that just because we had to go through challenges that we're not worthy of other things as well too. Just because, you know, sometimes life isn't fair and sometimes things happen, does not mean that we're not worthy of those amazing outcomes. And that doesn't still mean that they're not going to happen for us. And I think that this is beautiful, right, with this 10 of Swords right here too, because yeah, you probably had to go through a lot of challenges to get to this point, and you probably had to already right now, you know, you probably been through things that were not fair, that were not deserving. But please do not let that define you, and do not let that define the outlook that you have on your future. Those were just things that, you know, you went through, that you grew through, you learned through, and I feel like a lot of them were amazing lessons that you will take with you. But please don't take that outlook, and please don't take that pain with you in this journey. And this is something that you're going to be releasing, because right after that we have the 8 of Cups. So it's something that it's going to happen for you regardless. You are going to be letting go of that. because there's a whole nother side of this. There's a whole nother world of this that you're going to be seeing as well too. Just like like we were talking about before, the opposite end of this spectrum here for you. Now look at that. We have confidence is your key to success with the new moon, which is like a new start in Leo. I love this. I think we said that earlier too, guys, that your future self wants you to be confident and knowing. And confidence is something that can be gained as well too. If you feel like sometimes you're not confident, that's perfectly fine. A lot of the times when we take action, our egos or even just maybe like from what we see from other people or whatever, or experiences, they kind of trick us and make us believe that we have to be confident with the action. But that's not always necessarily true. A lot of the time, confidence comes after the action. Confidence is something that you can build and you can work on. So if you're not 100% there yet, that's okay. Or sometimes confidence can shift. And a lot of this balancing energy, it can be in regards to this confidence as well too, because there's confidence is a balanced energy right in the middle of like completely not believing in yourself, you know, it's almost like a self-loathing type of energy. And then also it's balanced in between too much pride, you know, too much ego as well, or being too cocky as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a beautiful balance as well too. And sometimes it waves and sometimes it shifts, but just know that to always come back to that inner knowing and that inner place that this is for you. You are capable of this. Your future self is saying, you got this. We got it. Hey, like I'm over here celebrating. We're over here eating good. We're over here living good. There's nothing you need to worry about. Just know that it's going to be all right. And I think that with that confidence and the support that you have from your future self, from spirit as well, can help you with having your confidence too. Because this Wheel of Fortune and this Six of Pentacles is saying that, you know, times are going to get better as well. Like, the wheel is always spinning. Things, you know, what goes up must come down. So, you know, you will have that time for, it's certain that it's going to work out, pile two. Just, you got this. Bottom of the deck, before we go to the other one, I am called to, this was in reverse, but it's a moment's regret, which is nostalgia, idealizing the past. And this one I think is most important here, fearing you've made a mistake. Allow yourself to explore that energy as well too. I'm not saying everything's going to be perfect, and I'm not saying this is going to be rainbows and butterflies, and I am saying, and your future self is saying, that you are going to make mistakes. You may stumble along the way, but you are learning from this. These are all things to take notes from, to learn from this experience. Don't regret mistakes, or don't stay in the past too much as well, as I'm kind of getting that idealizing the past as well too. And I think that for some of you, that could be some sort of comfort zone that you're going to be facing along this journey as well, that you're going to be getting out of. Sometimes we kind of get stuck in our comfort zones in our past and things like that, and that's okay. You are going to overcome that, but try not to idealize the past as something that was better than it was, because you're headed to a destination that's 100% better. So you don't need to take that past with you as well. I think that could have been that energy too, of like taking that, you know, taking the lessons with you, but don't take the pain, and don't knock yourself too hard for ever making a mistake. We are human, and sometimes, again, we forget to give ourselves that grace of being human. That's the most self-love thing you can do at times, is to give yourself the grace and knowing that, and the room to make mistakes. Because it's a part of life. That's literally how we learn, you know? And don't let them define you as well too. Don't let them completely bruise your confidence, because you are still, even if you made a mistake, you're still deserving to try again, to know better. It's all just a part of a beautiful process. So don't judge yourself too much on it, is another message. Now I want to get, I feel like this is there's a lot of energy in this pile too. Like, I feel like pumped, like, for you. Like, I just got this energy. And you know what's crazy is this is a crystal for your solar plexus chakra too, which is all about your energy. That is all about your personal power. That's about getting stuff done. You know, I love that for you. I'm feeling a little bit of it, and it's pretty nice. All right, so any more messages before we get to the beautiful advice here from pile two's future self? This pile 2 needs to know. Broken heart, relationships. Ooh, okay. Should we get one more before we see what we got? Okay. I'm called to this bottom, but it's like the 2 that are peeking out. So we have peace. Ooh, and financial constraints. And I love that peace is I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. All right. Kind of bringing that peace and harmony back into this as well, too. Ooh, these cards look very much alike as well, too. Freedom. I love this for you because I feel like with that financial constraints and the past energy with this 10 of Swords for you, you could have felt very, very, very restricted. You could still be feeling these restrictions right now since this is an energy of your future, the future self. Sometimes I kind of say past, but past could be present. Whatever it is for you. You could have felt very, very, very much restricted in this. And this is about you breaking free of that as well. And I think for some of you, at times, this could be something that's hard to believe. And your future self is saying, believe it, because it's true. All right, now we have broken hearts, we have relationships, and we have this freedom. I feel as though for some of you, you could be in the process or could have. Okay, I'm trying to word this because this could be like your future self as well too. So let me just. So for some of you, you could have recently broken free from a relationship that was not in your best. Like it wasn't good for you, basically, is what I'm trying to say. This could have been, a karmic partner. This could have just been someone that almost I'm getting a feeling of like this person was dragging you down, but it could have been very challenging to let this person go. Now, for the other people, this could be your future self coming through to say that you did let go of toxic people in your life and that you did get through this. So if you are kind of going through a heartbreak right now, or you're going through a time where you're feeling like you don't have that person or you don't have anyone, this is your future self saying that you have healed from that, and there are going to be more people coming into your life that suit you better. The more you kind of let go and the more that you heal from these people that didn't treat you the way that you deserved, it's a part of your process, and that you're going to be attracting better people and people that suit you better in your process too. It literally says in this relationship, it says, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So anyone who is not serving your higher good, you definitely, I feel like your future self is saying that you cleansed yourself from that. You were able to let go of that and to completely step into this new version of yourself. And this new version of yourself requires new people as well too, to come into your life too. So if you have done that before in the past and you are feeling kind of lonely, or you're wondering if there's going to be anyone else for you, this is saying that there is. You just have some healing to do as well too. We have 9 and 9, which are big numbers of. The 9 is the number of the hermit. They're big numbers of independence and kind of going through things by yourself. But don't worry, there are going to be other people coming for you that are better for you in this next stage of your life, in this future here for you. But just know that if you have been letting go of people, or you had in the past, you made the right decisions, you made the right choices, and your future self is thanking you for that as well too. And then just know that if it is in the future again, you will as well too. And the reason why I kind of say it like that, a little bit confusing, because in a general reading, you could be there's different people in different stages of this process here. It's like one person could be in this stage and the other person in this stage, but the destination is going to be similar, same. But yeah, and I think that this peace of mind is what I'm hearing when it comes to these concerns. Oh, I love that we have door to personal healing and happiness after these financial constraints, because I feel like these hardships are definitely opening up different doors for you. And I think this is very much a healing and cleansing period, and it was almost needed. And I think that's why when we have these things that are needed but they're so challenging, that's why that card of like law, justice isn't fair. Karmic justice doesn't necessarily mean that it's fair or that you deserved it or that it was right, but just know that it's not in vain and it wasn't for no reason. Because this door to personal healing and happiness, I'm hearing the emphasis on personal as well too. Your own personal healing and your own personal happiness is something that no one can take away from you, that no relationship can come in and take from you, that no one can steal from you, and no one's going to be stealing your peace anymore in this future as well too. You're only going to allow the people that you want to in your life, in this stage of your life, and that is personally very powerful to me, if I do say so myself. So just know that not everyone was meant to be a part of this journey. And also your future self wants to say that you are heard and your feelings are validated, that these things that you had to go through, you are seen, you are loved, and you are heard. And to know that, like how we were talking about before, it's not fair, but just know that the other side is so sweet for you. It's so much better. So to keep going. I'm getting that meme, that meme, and I'm laughing because it's a funny little, I think it's like a gerbil. So that's the only reason why it's funny. But it's the horrors persist, but so do I. And I think it's just a meme. It's kind of cracking a joke on like, yes, you've been through some things, but what you do persist. You will overcome, and you'll reach that other side. These doors are opening for you. And I love that there's a rainbow, which is kind of, it's symbolic to after the rain, after the storm comes the rainbow. And then we have a dove here as well too, which is symbolic of peace again. And this is going to be where you're stepping into that kind of portal here, which is well deserved for you. All right, so on that note, let's go ahead and get some advice here. So I didn't use this deck for pile one, so sorry, pile one. This is the one that I meant to use, but I completely forgot, so I kind of just used what I had. And also, I want to say an apology too. I do always put the decks used in the description box. So if any of you ever see like a deck and you're like, what is that? I will put it there for you so you can find it. But this deck in particular, I actually got from a thrift store, and it didn't come in the original box. And so I don't know the name of it. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I don't know how old it is though. It seemed kind of old, but it's an amazing affirmations deck. Anyways, the whole point of that whole story was that I don't know the name of it. So sorry if anyone looks for it. I know sometimes I see in the comments of like, what's that deck's name? And I have no idea if you're wondering what this one is. All right, anyways, let's go back to you. So what advice do we have here from pile two's future self? Oopsies, almost bent my nail. What advice do we have here for my lovely pile twos? My beautifully abundant pile twos. Okay. So the first card we have coming out for you is, as I say yes to life, life says yes to me. Oh my gosh. If you've been feeling like everything's been no or not now or anything like this is, your yeses are coming. And as you say yes to more experiences and open up your, get out of your comfort zone, explore and open up more options and things, it's going to be amazing. I feel like the possibilities for you are like endless here. I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the description. It says, life mirrors my every thought. As I keep my thoughts positive, life brings to me only good experiences. Now, there is some things, this is about keeping that positive outlook as well, but I do want to specify, I know, you know, a lot of the times in the spiritual community, there was this information going around that, you know, to keep your mindset positive 100% of the time, because if you don't, negative things will manifest. Now, I want to say that is 100% not true, and that is toxic information. So I feel like this is coming through to say, to stay positive about your future and about where you're going and about the things that you're making, you know, of course, to have gratitude, but when you can, to stay positive, but also at the same time, don't ever fear your negative thoughts, or don't think that there are problems as well too. And I feel like this is not more or less of like thought per thought. This is about a mindset shift. Now that is completely different as well too, because the negative thoughts are just thoughts, and we're human. Again, how we were talking about giving yourself grace as well. Or were we talking about that in this pile? Sometimes they all blend together. I can't remember. Oh well, whether we were talking about it or not, giving yourself grace to be human as well. You know, it's the same thing, but this is about a mindset shift and about you believing in good things, believing in your good luck again, believing that good things can happen to you. And sometimes our reality doesn't reflect that if we're going through tough times. And I think what this message is really saying for you is to keep your hopes up and to keep your spirit up, and do not lose that faith, because I keep going back to your crystal here of this beautiful citrine, which is about positivity, keeping a positive mindset, as well as it's a stone known to help you know, with depression and things like that. Also, another note, I'm no way in shape saying that this stone will cure your depression, and I would never say that. Obviously, I'm not a medical doctor. It's just supposed to be some energy given to you, you know, to help you along that way as well too. So I feel like this is a beautiful message to really, sorry, oh my gosh, my eye is itching so bad. Oh geez, sorry, that was like one of those itches where you have to stop everything you're doing to scratch. But this is about you believing that good experiences are on the way to you, and they are happening to you. And I love that this is going to be like a positive mindset shift. So don't worry about, you know, thoughts in particular for each thought. It's about hope and faith. Okay, and then so the other card that we have is I am safe, it's only change. I cross all bridges with joy and ease. The old unfolds into wonderful new experiences. Oh, I'm sorry, I said that weird. The old unfolds into wonderful new experiences. My life gets better all the time. Look at that little card chugging along with these little ups and downs as well too. This is saying that, you know, it fluctuates, but it's getting better. This is so, these two messages right here are so synchronistic to all of these things that we've been talking about you knowing that just because you may be in a position where it's not that good does not mean it's not going to get better, and about this journey enhancing and you developing more and more and more until you get to a place where you are so proud of yourself and you are so comfortable with, and that a place that you probably have only dreamt of, and this is your future saying that those dreams are coming true, that this is going to happen. I just want you to have faith. I want you to try to stay positive, and I want you to know that it's all of the part of the process, all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it is a part of this process. And then oh my gosh, guys, I can't even make this up. Literally, I'm in the process of creating positive change. And then I deserve the best. I accept the best now. This is perfect for you as well too. I am mentally and emotionally equipped to enjoy a prosperous and loving life. It is my birthright to deserve all good, and I claim my good. Jeez. That's powerful. I got goosebumps, guys. You have such amazing things coming to you. It's crazy, and I feel like this mindset shift, this life shift, if you want to call it a timeline shift, if you want to call it destiny, fate, whatever you want to call it, it's meant for you. So when good things really do start happening for you and things start working out for you, you may even be in a mindset of like, oh, is this really happening? Can I trust this? Is it going to get taken away? And your future self wants you to know that this is all a part of that process as well too, and you do deserve it. So claim it, you know, and accept it. Also, maybe there's an energy here of like trusting more and learning to receive more as well too, because you have so many things to receive. So almost like Empress energy here. So beautiful. I'm just so happy for you and excited for you. And yeah, I'm trying to talk at the same time. I'm so sorry. I was trying to say multiple things. Like, I was going to say a message that keeps coming through, and then it was trying to come out at the same time. So it was all it. But anyways, a message that keeps coming through in a repetitive way is to keep the faith that it is going to get better. You will get there. And yeah. And your higher self, your future self loves you so much and is so grateful for you. And because there is an extreme feeling of gratitude actually for you, because you're putting in this work and this effort, and the future self knows, your future self knows for a fact that they couldn't have gotten there if it wasn't for you and it wasn't for all of the things that you've done. And so that is an act of self-love as well too, guys. That is such an amazing act of self-love, is knowing that you're worthy of change and doing what it is that you need to do to get there. That shows that you love yourself to the point of putting in work, effort, and that's something that not a lot of people are able to do at times. So really commend yourself. I want to commend you, and I want to give you a round of applause, and I want to give you a pat on the back, and I want to say that I am so proud of you. Whether you're there or not, and you may not feel proud of yourself now, does not matter. I am so proud of you and all that you've accomplished and will accomplish. So I think I'm going to leave that reading on that note. Like, once we hit a positive note like that, oh yeah, that's enough said. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who watches these videos. I really hope they help and you get something out of it. I want to say thank you again to anyone who supports this channel, who likes, comments, shares, anything of that nature, you know, that supports the channel. Even if you just support it from afar, you know, and you're over there unseen, but you're supporting and watching along. Thank you. I see you. And I can't wait to read for you guys in the next one. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you never miss another one. And I will see you, beautiful souls, my vibrant, beautiful souls, in the next pick a card. Bye. Hi, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the green adventuring heart, or if you chose the Muse tarot, welcome to your reading. So today's reading is about messages from your future self and what your future self wants you to know, whether that's just messages, advice, guidance to help you in your certain situation. Now we are going to be looking into that. So first message coming through though is the fact that you chose this green adventuring heart. This is reminding me very much of the heart chakra. So I feel like your future self is asking you to keep your heart open for the future. I feel like you do have a very big heart, pile 3. There could have been a significant relationship or just relationships in general that may have taken advantage of your big heart or may have caused you to want to close your heart, and your future self is saying, keep it open. Okay, so Spirit, what are some messages from pile 3's future self? What does pile 3 need to hear from their future self right now, please? Thank you. I just heard I love you. Oh, this is a very loving pile. Okay, so we have strength coming out, number 8. This is also the card for Leo, which could be significant, does not have to be. Okay, we have the 9 of Cups. Okay, that doesn't feel right. We're going to do 9 of Cups right here, and then we have the Knight of Wands. I love the imagery in this deck that sparks. That actually describes like the feeling of the Knight of Wands very well. It's very electric and very much passionate, like fireworks. I love that. Okay, and then I'll let you see this one since we're doing that now. We have the 9 of Cups here for you, which is the 9 of Emotions. So you are headed, your future self is saying you are on the way to some sort of emotional fulfillment here. Let's read a little bit let's read a little bit more into this, more messages here. Messages for my pile 3 from their future self. Oh, we have the Queen of Wands as well as the 3 of Wands. Okay. This is very interesting imagery as well too. She's standing on the dominoes and she's walking across them as they're kind of falling all into place as well, kind of letting the pieces fall where they're meant to fall. I feel like it's a message with that card from your future self, allowing yourself to flow, letting things go, continuing on this journey seems to be a theme here. I do want to get a couple clarifiers. But I feel like in the future with this Queen of Wands as well too, this is a glow up for you. And it could be physical, but it's definitely energetical. And what I mean by that is that you are going to be in an energy in the future of attracting a lot of things. And I think what your future self is asking you to do as well is to use your discernment. When you are in a beautiful, wonderful energy of attraction, it's very great. And it's all the times what we want to be in. But that is also a message here to use your discernment, because not everything that you attract may be for you. And we're gonna see why if I don't drop this whole freaking deck in the meantime. We're gonna see why or more about this. So what's up with this Strength here? Why is this Strength card here for my wonderful pile threes? We have Justice in reverse. Okay, that could have been that significant relationship, but I feel as though, yeah, there was a time, it could have been a connection, you know, where you felt that you weren't treated fairly, that things didn't work out in your favor. It could have been a hard thing to overcome. It could be something, because this is a message from your future self, could be something that you're overcoming right now in your present. And I feel like the Strength card is coming to say that you did overcome this. You did develop this beautiful strength, because what I do like to say is the Strength comes after the Chariot, which the Chariot is all about willpower and pushing through. And the Strength is the strength that was gained from successfully being able to push through any of these obstacles or any of these things that you had in your past. And so this is a beautiful omen for your future self, saying that you are able to overcome this as well. And I think that's a great energy of that beginning message of being able to keep your heart open, even though you may have been through some things that of course would cause anyone to close their heart, or would cause someone to feel like they don't want to open up again, or maybe feel that they can't even open up again. And this is a beautiful, hopeful energy that you will. We have the Five of Pentacles on there too. Yeah, this person may have not seen your true worth or treated you you know, as such as well. That could be some abandonment or separation wounds coming through here for this pile as well too. And that's that message of being able to let go and go with the flow and allow things to come in and go as they're meant to go. So why is this Knight of Wands here for pile 3, from pile 3's future self? Why is this Knight of Wands here, please? We have Death. We also have the Sun coming through as well too, which that is noted. There's just a lot of cards that I'm not going to be taking right here, but I love that Sun and that coming through after that Death energy. Your future self is saying, after these hard times of transformation and these things, these endings that you are going through and these things that you are shedding, you're going to be feeling more energized again. And I feel like you're going to be feeling that inspiration again as well too. As well as there could have been a person that came into your life very quickly and suddenly, and also didn't work out. This, like, I'm just saying for some of you, because obviously it's a general reading, guys, so just take what resonates. I do feel like for the majority of you, this is a specific connection that taught you so much as well. Now with this Death card, I feel like there were things, your future self is saying that there are things that were meant to end, and that's okay. It's not going to stop you, it's not going to hinder you, and you're being advised to keep going as well. And I feel like, you know, if you have been feeling down or maybe just heavy, if there's like a heavy energy, this is saying with this Knight of Wands and this Sun that it's going to get better. You're going to be feeling positive again. You're going to be getting that inspiration again. Your spark back is what I'm hearing. You're going to be almost getting this spark back here for you. So let's go ahead and get some more. Let's just go ahead and get all these so we don't have to keep stopping. we can just flow instead of just stopping every second to get the card. So why is this nine of Cups here for pile 3? And we also have Libra energy and Scorpio energy coming through strong, if that is significant to anybody as well too. So Why is this 9 of Cups here? Oh, we have a card flipped over. Ooh, I love that. So we have the King of Cups along with the Ace of Swords, which is about truth and understanding as well, and being able to overcome any emotional difficulties that are only making you stronger. We have the 2 of Swords. I didn't even know I had all these cards flipped over. We have the 2 of Swords, which is about you and your choices. All right. Okay. Let's clarify some more here. The 9 of Cups, we have the Lovers. Oh, I love that for you. I love that for you because there is this, not only they feel like there was this significant connection in the, whether that's your present or past, I feel like there's a very significant connection in your future that your future self is trying to get you to see, as well as this is about choices again, with, you know, choosing what's best for you and choosing what fulfills you, even if that's becoming a little bit selfish. And selfish is a good way in this case scenario. That's a good thing in this case scenario, because I feel like you're being asked to be selfish with your love, with your time, and also about who you let around you here. So what's this Queen of Wands here, please? Clarifying this Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh. You know what those were? Those were all the cards that I meant to put back, I think, and I didn't. They're like, no, you can't get rid of us that easy. We are popping up again. Oh, right, we have the Chariot coming through. We were just talking about the Chariot too. And the 3 of Wands. Let's get that one. You guys got a lot more cards than the other decks, that's for sure. We have the 2 of Cups, relationships on your journey, taking the next step. There is a very important, significant relationship. I feel like, though, a message coming through for you from your future self is, don't forget, the most important relationship is the one with yourself. And I feel like as you grow with this, into this future version of yourself, as you develop, and as you be more selfish with your time, with your energy and your choices, and you choose things for you, your future self is saying that there is an important, loving, connected soulmate that is going to come to you. But first you need to release everything that you've been holding on to from this past as well. Now, before, okay, I was thinking this was the 4 of Cups, but it's the 4 of Material. This is about letting go as well, and holding on, maybe holding on to things that make us feel safe, or things just because they're the things that we know, whether this is people, places, jobs, situations as well. Your future self is saying that it's time to let those things go, to step into this new version of yourself, because this new version of yourself is quite literally very much amazing. And I feel like with this 3 of Wands here, it's like you have no idea what's to come on this journey, all of these amazing things. You have all of this great potential as well, and the people that you meet across the way are people that you have not even met yet. Like, there's so many amazing people that you still have yet to meet, whether this is like just friendships, and this is just self-discovery, something that I'm hearing, like discovering parts of yourself that you have yet to meet yet. So if you've been feeling kind of iffy about your future, it's rightfully so, because there's a lot of unknown energy and a lot of exploration energy here. So that's probably a sign that, you know, you're getting ready to step into this energy, and it's something that's so natural, that comes very natural here. But your future self is coming through to remind you and to tell you that all of this is amazing, and letting go of all of the things that were hard for you, or letting go of those people, those past connections, are going to be a part of this process. And that's okay, because the second you let go, you're telling the universe that I deserve better, I want more, I want something different. Saying yes to change, and saying yes to self-discovery, and letting go of old patterns, old ways, and old things. I want to commend you. Your future self wants to commend you on that, because that is not a journey that is for the weak. That is not a journey that is for the faint of heart. This is something that is going to take a lot of strength. This is something that you have the strength to do. And this is something that you should also commend yourself and be very, very proud of yourself too. Also, it's a process, and it's not all going to come at once, not all going to happen at once, but it will all happen for you, and it will all unfold beautifully, exactly the way that it's supposed to. And I just want you to know, I'm saying I because I'm channeling, so I'm sorry, but I mean your future self wants you to know that you're exactly where you need to be, and everything is fine, like on their end. They want you to know that everything is well and everything is good. In fact, you're thriving. So to not worry so much about what it's going to be and focus on taking care of yourself now, because I feel there is a need for you to be, like we said before, selfish with your time, with your energy, and that's rightfully so. And you're doing the right thing. And anything that is not meant for you with this justice in reverse is not going to be for you, whether that means in the future or now. The longer you hold on to these things, just the longer you kind of prolong this. But don't worry, you have time, and it's all a part of your process. I'm not trying to rush you, to force you to do things you don't want to do. It's just, oops, my dog's back there wiggling around. But it's just, again, a part of this learning process, and a part of this beautiful process of self-discovery and discovering yourself through other people as well too. And that could even be experiences that, you know, these experiences that weren't great. And I feel like just because you went through these, your future self is saying, don't knock these that are coming. Don't knock these things that are coming. Remember though, with this, what we were talking about though, with this attraction, you know, you are going to be using your discernment, and that's going to be something that I feel comes more naturally to you along the way and easier before. So don't let your past hold you back in the way of like you made these mistakes or you didn't see these things, these truths before, whatever the case is, you know. Don't let that hold you back, because you're developing and you're growing, and I feel at a very rapid rate as well too. I think that your future self is coming through to say that it's moving for you, even if it doesn't feel like it's moving for you, and that you are very strong and you are very capable and you are very attractive in you know, more ways than just physical as well too. And these are all things that are meant to be a part of your life in such an inspiring way, in such a beautiful way. Like this with this 3 of Wands and this 2 of Cups, I do believe you have a very significant soulmate, pile 3, that is waiting, that, you know, that your future self is with, and that your future self is in love with, and that is waiting to meet this version of you. And I feel like your future self is saying, I cannot wait. And I feel like one of the things that you may have to release as well is the whether that's guilt or something inside that you're like, I can't believe it's going to be a part of this process, obviously, but like, I feel like your future self is saying, like, you have no idea what is coming. You have no idea what we are worthy of. And you're going to realize and almost be angry a bit and upset at yourself of what you allowed before, because of what you're going to have is going to be the exact opposite. I just keep hearing, and I can't wait for you, and I love you. And I love that with this whole message of keeping your heart open as well. Okay, let's get some oracles here. Your future self is so sweet for you. And I mean sweet for you is because your future self has so much love for all of the healing that you've done and for all of the things that you went through. And it's a very compassionate energy for you. And your future self said, I just want to give you a hug. And thank you. Oh. Okay. What are some other messages from your future self, pile 3? Such a curious dream. Oh, I love that. I love the imagery. That's so cute. I just feel like ooh, giddy. Who in the world are you? Getting to know the new you. Oh my gosh, I love that. And then look, we have bring love into the situation here with the new moon in Aquarius. All right, so let's put all these out. Let's see what we have such a curious dream, which is about grounding, returning to reality, and coming home. We also have follow the white rabbit, that curiosity meets opportunity. And then we have, who in the world are you? Getting to know the new you. Wow. So we have 3 coming through again for you. We have 3. I want to say 3. I thought there was another 3 somewhere. Oh well, if not. And then we have Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So we have strong air sign energy. We have all of the air sign energy here as well too, as we have Leo and Scorpio are the prominent signs coming out. But we also do have all signs present. So if none of that resonates for you, don't worry. We got all signs here. Because we have Cups and Wands, and then we even have... Oh, except for we don't have very much earth signs. But that's okay. Okay, let's get off the signs. If you're an earth sign, that doesn't mean that this message isn't for you. So sometimes I don't like to get too fixated on the signs. I just felt called to call out which ones we got here. But yeah, this is such a curious dream, and I love that it's coming home. I feel like these things that you fantasize about, the things that you want, your future self is saying that this is your inner child and your inner self, like that inner child, like memories I feel for some of you of like maybe this connection or this love of this life that you wanted. It's beautiful love. I feel like coming home to that is it's very much inner child healing. And I feel like that's also in regards to this following the white rabbit, this curiosity meets opportunity, because it's giving me very much Page of Wands. With that being said, that is like you following that inner spark, following that inner joy, or just being open to new opportunities and being open to following where you feel led or where you feel called. And now I also want to remind you that this could just be following how you feel, with a very strong heart chakra energy coming through with this pile. Your heart chakra and your sensitivity could also be your superpower. And so I think your future self is coming through to say to go through things by how they feel. If they feel horrible, if they feel restrictive, if they feel like, you know, and this could be like relationships, things like that as well, you know, if it just does not feel right, go with that feeling. You're a very intuitive pile here, and I think this isn't new information to you, and a lot of the times our hearts lead us through feelings, through what feels right, what feels wrong. So follow that, and this could be a message just that, you know, you get reminded of, because this is from your future self. You know, it's nothing super specific right now, but it'll come together in the future. Like you'll remember this like later on, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And then we have, who in the world are you? Getting to know the new you. I love that, because your future self was so excited for this new version of you and so excited for this new epic adventure for you. And I think that it's time for you to get to know yourself again without all of the weight, without all of the things weighing you down. And this could be in regards to this glow up as well too. I feel, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you now, like you could be very much attractive now. Like I said, for some of you, this is energetic. But you are stepping into an amazing glow up in your life, and that could, and a lot of the times that comes from within, because we do have the Hermit here as well. Or we did we have the Hermit? Or maybe I'm just feeling the Hermit. Anyways, a lot of times it comes from within and it radiates out as well too. When we start taking care of ourselves internally, we start taking care of ourselves physically and mentally and all of this other stuff too. So I do believe your future self is saying that there's an amazing glow up here, and getting to know this new version of you is going to be so fun. And this is that same message of there's so many different parts of yourself that you have yet to meet. And anything that you've been through and who you've been does not define you. In fact, you're going to be completely releasing and shedding that as well. And it's almost like this new beginning for you completely, this new cycle completely. And unfortunately, you know, the message here too is that not all the same people can come in, you know, to this new cycle. Not a lot of the same people deserve that new version of you. You know what I'm saying? And this is about you being around the people that you know deserve your time, deserve your energy, and are worthy of your love, because you have so much love to give. And your future self is saying that you don't need to waste it anymore on the wrong people. Right now, it's time to give it to yourself. And then when that right person comes, you're going to be ready. Like, ready. And I think that's such a beautiful message here as well too. And I feel like, yeah, like self-love is what's really needed in this situation here. when I love that, you know, it's the Aquarius, the water bender, but the imagery is like pouring down on that love onto yourself, that cleansing, loving energy, and washing the old away and becoming the new. Okay, any other messages here for my beautiful pile 3 from their future self? Releasing attachments to the old. I'm called to look at the bottom, envy, and now it's strategy in reverse. I feel like the strategy in reverse is coming through for you, pile 3, to say you don't have to have all of the answers now. You don't need to know everything now. You will know what you need to know when you need to know it. You know, that it's okay to not know what's next. And then we have, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. I know that I am never alone with loneliness. In fact, your future self is with you all of the time. Your higher self is with you. Spirit is with you. Now, I feel like one of the biggest challenges that you had to overcome, or that you may be overcoming right now, pile 3, is this codependency. And with overcoming this, you are going to be stepping into and attracting all of these other beautiful things here. Like, I feel like, you know, you guys could be, it's a general reading, so you guys could be in different stages of this reading, and that's perfectly fine. But just know that being alone at times, especially after karmic situations or hard endings, or you know, just endings in general, the best thing you can do for yourself is give yourself that time to be alone, to remember who it is that you are, to remember to shed all of the influences on you, and to release all these attachments, and to really come into your own self. So for some of you that are in that stage right now of that hermit mode, and you're kind of wondering like, oh my gosh, this is gonna last forever, just know your future self is saying that no, it's not. But it's serving a very important purpose. This is where you're gonna find yourself again, find your passion, find that love for yourself, work on yourself, you know, that glow up inside and out. This is it. This is that time where you're going to do it. And just remember and give yourself the grace to know that it does take time. It's going to take time. You don't just wake up and just be where you want to be. So it's important to remember your future self is saying to have patience with yourself as well, and give yourself grace to allow this to be a process. As well as with this envy, you know, this is an important message to when you see other people, like, or maybe other relationships or other things like that, and we want them because we feel like we deserve them now, we need them, you know, and things like that. Yes, you do deserve them, but just know that your time is coming, that you will have all of those things that you want from other people. And I'm not saying that you're a jealous person. It's just envy is the word. But in this case, it's coming through as like desires. Like, I want a loving relationship. I want this job. I want this to work out for me. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of it not working out for me. This is saying that it is going to work out for you. Everyone's timing is different. It's just maybe you don't have that because it's not your time right now. You know, just like, you know, in these past connections you thought were your time, but now it's important to release these attachments and release those because you deserve better. And also, not everything is what it seems as well, too. People put on a front that it's perfect, and we look at other situations or other scenarios and we're like, oh, it's so easy for them. Why can't it be easy for me? But we don't know that it wasn't easy for them. It may look easy from them, but literally everyone has their own challenges. And one of the things about this life is that no one goes through life without any type of suffering. Okay, so just know that someone's been through it in some way, shape, or form, even if it's in a completely different way. You know, even the people that we look that are like rich and famous and stuff like that, like we think like, oh, you know, it would be so nice to be famous and to have money and to do all that, because of course you're probably experiencing the opposite of that spectrum, like, you know, going through challenges with money. So it's perfectly normal to have some sort of envy towards people. But you have to remember as well too that fame is a very karmic placement as well too. It's a very karmic destiny type of thing, and it's not easy. If being famous is not for the faint of heart, and it actually comes with a lot more challenges than most people think of. For one, you know, you don't have the freedom to go out in public like how you would just be normal, to go out to do whatever you want, to get food, to run to the store, you know, to look, you know, to look a little bummy and to just run to the store, convenience store, to get something. Those are all options that are a lot harder to do when you're famous and things like that. And that's just one example, and fame is just one example as well too. But for the most part, you get what I'm saying, that everything has its challenges and its sacrifices as well. We're not all perfect and things, so try to remember that when we're your future self is saying, try to remember that when we're desiring and we're looking at something from another, like we're like sitting in our own house looking out at someone else's or something else and thinking, dang, I wish I had that, or dang, I should have that. You know, you just might, but just in time, in due time. Because with the attachments and the loneliness and all of this stuff too, this is all like, again, due time. These things are shedding, you're overcoming, you're releasing, you're becoming. It's like you're overcoming and you're becoming. And I think that's amazing for you. But just remember, give yourself some patience and some time to do it. It's a process, you know. And I think that was, did we get the other oracle already? Yeah, all right. So now we're on to the advice here for you. So we're going to be using this deck, this little beautiful, wonderful affirmations deck. The only reason why I'm saying it is because if you do like any of these decks, I do post them at the bottom, but I have some bad news. This deck I got from, excuse me, some fell, but I'm going to be talking as I'm picking them up. Oh my gosh, almost freaking fell off my chair. This deck I found at a thrift store years ago. I found at a thrift store, and it was not in the original box. It was in a little jewelry box type thing. So I don't know if you're wondering what this deck is called. I'm so sorry, guys. I have no idea. I'm sure someone could find it somewhere. I don't know. Okay, but any other deck you guys got, just look in the description box. They're all there. Okay, so let's see what fell for you. The first card we have is loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. Wow, isn't that just perfect? It's so perfect. I want to punch the table. Sorry, I get a lot of energy. I know I always talk about my Aries moon, but it always shows up. Like, I just can't help. I can't suppress it. Like, that's such an Aries moon thing to do. Anyways. Loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. My heart is open. I allow my love to flow freely. I love myself and I love others and others love me. Dang, that was the first message, was keeping your heart open. Love that. Love that for you. The next one we have is the point of power is always in the present moment. So this one says, the past is over and done and has no power over me. Ooh, releasing those attachments. I can begin to be free in this moment. Today's thoughts create my future. I'm in charge. I was going to say I am in change, but hey, you're in charge of your change too. That was like a mouthful. Okay, I now take my own power back. I am safe and I am free. I am safe is one of my favorite affirmations to say, because every time I say it, you just take a deep breath, put your hand over your heart, and just to say to yourself, I am safe. I always feel this instant wash over me that just makes me feel so much better. But yeah, this is all about releasing the past, stepping into your power. I love that it talks about being in this moment too, because sometimes we get caught up in the past. Especially with readings like this, it's a good message to come back to the present as well too, because readings like this, they can be a little bit ungrounding. We had situations here coming up for you from your past, and we have your future self talking about your future, and it's always a great reminder to be in the present, to come back to the present, because that's how you get to any destination, is through your choices in the present. That's why they say this is where your power lies, because all we have is right now. The future isn't there. We don't have that yet. And then the past is just a mirage, or an illusion, because it's not real anymore. It's just our memories of it. And so with that being said, when you find yourself in the memories, or you find yourself too much in what can be or what should be, always come back to the present. Remember, you're safe, you're grounded, and here is where you're meant to be. All right, so we have, I am open and receptive to new avenues of income. Oh, I love that. I am open and receptive to new avenues of income. I now receive my good from expected and unexpected sources. I am an unlimited being, accepting from an unlimited source in an unlimited way. I love this. should read this to myself all the time. And in a limited way, I am blessed beyond my fondest dreams. I love that, because we had that such a curious dream with that very daydreamy face of like, you know, I wish it could be this, which maybe at times it turns into this little bit of this envy of like, it should be this, you know. And this is saying that, you know, you come from an unlimited source, you are an unlimited being, and all of these things you are able to receive and to manifest into your own reality. And I love that it's that it says that I am blessed beyond my fondest dreams. And I think that was like a message too from your future self of like, you don't even know like these people or how good it's going to get or what's coming. And I feel like your future self almost did want to leave a tiny bit of mystery in there for you for this adventure as well. Yeah, your future self said, yep, we can't give it all away. Okay, so the last one that we have is I am at peace with my age. Each age has its own special joys and experiences. I am always the perfect age for where I am in life. Oh, this is such a beautiful message too. Sometimes we kind of think that we wasted our time, we wasted our life on things, and that's simply not true. That is not true at all. Age brings wisdom. You know, aging is such a graceful thing to do, and just know that everything is happening for you at the exact time it's supposed to happen. So don't get too beat up on like, oh, I should have did this earlier in life, or I'm getting too old to do this. No. Don't do that. That is stupid. I'm not saying like, you know, it's natural to think that way. I mean, yeah, sometimes I even think that way, but it's stupid. It doesn't make it not stupid. And the reason why it's stupid is because we get so caught up on like where we should be, or like just aging in general. We feel like we wasted our youth or things like that, and the youth is exactly in the present. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm hearing now that lyric from, who was it? SZA. I was gonna say Sia, but it's SZA, and she says, half of us chasing fountains of youth, but it's in the present. Ooh, that's gonna be your channeled song, because it's coming through strong. It's Good Days by SZA. It's a beautiful message, beautiful song. And I think it's coming through strong too. Maybe listen to it for some of you if you don't know what it is. If you do know what it is, confirmation, more confirmation. But yeah, trust the timing as well. And as I was reading this too, I was getting that cute message of like, you don't have to, again, like, you don't have to have it all figured out just by your age. Like, especially when we become a new age, like say you turned like 30 or something, or you turned 20 or whatever, I don't know, however old you turn, just fill in the blank. You know, that's the first time you've ever been that age. So it's okay to like, you know, feel that way. It's okay to not know what you're doing. Like, hey, you've never been this age before. You don't know how it goes. You just know what people say it's supposed to be. And half the time they don't even know. You know, nothing's supposed to be a specific way. It just is what it is. So embrace the fact that you are maturing and you are growing, because with this, you have so much wisdom as well. And I know society makes aging suck, and it makes it feel like it's bad. And especially to my beautiful ladies out there, my girls, it sucks sometimes feeling like you're getting older, but just know that's not true as well too. It's a privilege to be able to grow on this earth. And don't get me wrong, you know, I live in a society too. I make mistakes too, and sometimes I feel the same way. So as I'm saying this to you, I'm also saying in my head, like, we need to remember this the next time, you know what I'm saying, or the next birthday, excuse me, my zipper keeps getting caught on this stupid table. But yeah, the next birthdays and stuff like that, we need to remember this. It's amazing. I think that was the last one for you. Except for this, I trust the process of life. Trust the process. That was a message coming through for you as well too. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave this reading here for you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, my nose has been itching this whole reading, but that's a good sign that I'm channeling. But you know what's crazy is it's my nose, this one, and pile 2, it was my eye. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah. but I'm excited for you and this beautiful future that your future self is presenting here. I know there's a lot of mystery here for you as well too, so I think that makes it even more exciting. And I just want to say thank you for staying till the end. Thank you guys for listening to me babble on and my readings and all that stuff. I really do enjoy doing these readings for you, and I really enjoy you know, the support that I get back from you guys. I enjoy reading your comments, and I enjoy, you know, all the likes and shares and subscribers. All of those things are so grateful to me that I really do appreciate them all so much, and I appreciate you so much. So I just want to say thank you, and I can't wait to read for you guys again. So if you aren't subscribed and you do want another reading, subscribe so you don't miss out. So we see each other again, or else we may cross paths again in the future, who knows, but maybe not. So either way, still love you, and I can't wait to see you guys again. Bye. Hi pile 4, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the aura coated howlite stone, or if you chose the Threads of Fate, the Weaver Tarot deck, then this is your reading. So today we are asking for messages from your future self. So I'm going to ask Spirit to please tune me into my pile 4's future self, as well as allow all of the messages to come out with the most clarity as possible here for my pile 4. Thank you. Oh, before I forget too, before I even started this reading, there was a message coming through. Or I guess you would say a couple messages coming through, and basically it was a channeled song, and the song was, I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. And I thought that was interesting because the stone howlite that you chose as well is about clarity, and it's about dispelling illusions of the mind and focusing your thoughts and bringing a kind of tranquil energy in to see clearly. And I think this is very adamant to this reading. So we will see. I said we were. I'm already in past tense because I'm channeling your future. Future self. I'm already talking in past tense here. Okay, so what messages here, Spirit, for pile 4's, or from pile 4's future self, please? What are some messages pile 4 future self has here? Messages, guidance, advice for pile 4. Okay. We're just going to cut your deck. Okay, so the first card we have for you is the Chariot coming out. So this is the card for Cancer as well. The next card we have for you is the Tower. We also have the Two of Swords. And we have the Conqueror of Wands, which is the Page. No, I'm sorry, it's the Knight of Wands, because the pages are the seekers in this deck. So we have the Knight of Wands as well. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers here. So clarifying the Chariot card. Ooh. We have Judgment. Wow. Clarifying the Tower card. We have the Sun. Interesting. And geez, we have a lot of major arcanas. All 4 of these are major arcanas over here. Clarifying the Two of Swords here. We have the Ace of Wands. Wow. And the Knight of Wands. Now I almost said king because it's conqueror, but the kings are the rulers, I believe, in this deck. Sometimes the decks, they change up the suits and they get all confusing because the names for the, like conqueror would be kings in another deck and seekers for the page, but seekers, knights in another deck. It's just, sometimes it's a lot. So forgive me. But let's go ahead and see what this Knight of Wands is here for. We have the Ten of Wands. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. And then we have the Nine of Cups at the bottom. So the Nine of Cups is a beautiful energy for you that I feel like you're going to be coming into. This is about you. This is about creating a life for you that is definitely fulfilling. But I feel like your future self is asking you to move away from certain people, places, and things right now that are holding you back. And I feel like there was some sort of wake-up call, or there was some sort of truth that you had gotten that made you have to decide that you need to move on, or you want better for yourself with this Chariot. So you decided that I need to be in a better position, I need to be somewhere else, whether this is independent, this is single, or this, whatever this energy is, or maybe this is just you wanting more from yourself and feeling inspired by something to take that inspired action here. Because I feel like with this Tower and this Sun, these changes and these things that you're going through are all for your greater good. This is saying that the light will come, that clarity will come on why you had to go through these, these situations that were probably very uncomfortable for you and very tough, because the Tower is an energy of drastic change, and sometimes it can come suddenly, and sometimes it can seem like almost a disaster at times. But you are being guided to rebuild yourself and your life in a way that is so much more suiting to you, that is so much more better, and your future self is coming through to say that we did it, we did it. And I commend you for this. And I know that it was hard, and I know that it was scary, and I know that you didn't know what was going to happen at times, and I know there was this uncertainty, but you're really being guided to trust in that and to know that it will all come together and it will all make sense for you later. The choices that you make right now, I feel like you've been inspired by the things that you necessarily don't want. Like sometimes we make choices, the inspiration comes from us being in situations, being in an environment, being in a low place in our life. And so we decide that we deserve better. It's almost as if these low places that you were once in, or that you may be even in now, or just going through these challenges, I guess you would say, because I don't want to say you're in a low place, but the challenges that you may be going through are lighting this fire and igniting this passion for you that is going to bring you to a destination that I feel like you could only even imagine right now in your dreams. You're being guided to, I feel like it's going to take work. We have the Eight of Pentacles, but then look at that, we have the Magician. So we have this beautiful manifestation energy for you, this beautiful, powerful energy, and we have this wish fulfillment at the bottom here for you as well too. A message from your future self is saying, please follow that inner light, please follow that inner voice. It's me, I'm here, I'm leading you. It's me that is telling you that we deserve better, to do better, to move on, to overcome, and all of these things. It's a very beautiful energy. You're also being guided to trust yourself at this time. It may not make sense, you may not know why things happen, or you may not know where you're going, but really trust yourself at this time. Your intuition is leading you to that clarity as well. And I think that's a very telling thing about intuitive nudges and our intuition. Sometimes things happen, things fall apart, and it feels like the end of the world. It feels like we're lost, but really we're being led, because our intuition doesn't tell us every next step of the way like our ego wants. It just tells us what we need to know when we need to know it. And sometimes it seems like, I feel like this is almost like things falling apart to be put together. It almost seems like disasters and tragedy at times are turning into something worthwhile, or turning into something amazing. And I think there was an energy of like getting out of your comfort zone, and for the most part, I'm feeling like you knew you were staying somewhere a little too long, and you knew it was time to go. And I think that you were shown some things that weren't easy for you at times. And I think that there's a beautiful message of self-worth and self-love. And on that message comes that willpower to change, willpower to create. And your future self is saying you did it. You did it. So believe in yourself, believe in your good luck, and believe in your own, and listen to your own advice, because no one knows what to do better than you in these times. Even though we may doubt ourselves, even though we may have these fears, and your future self is saying it's okay to have these fears, it's okay to have these doubts, but do not let anything stop you from doing what you need to do. Don't let people tell you, you know, who you are. This is your time to decide who you are and what it is that you want. Dang, that was like that powerful messages for you. This, and no wonder why we have so much major arcanas here. This is a powerful, powerful, pivotal time in your life. You're creating drastic changes here in your life for the better. We have the sun after the tower. After the disaster comes the good. You know, after the sour comes the sweet in your life, and you're headed towards that sweet bliss. Sorry, my nose is itching. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick of that. Every time when I'm channeling, it itches. But let's get some oracles for you. What are some other messages here for pile 4? From pile 4's future self, please. We have it's time to release negativity with the full moon in Scorpio. We have take time to breathe out. Yeah, it's okay if you don't have everything all figured out right now. Trust that things will be shown to you. Things will be revealed to you. I feel like you're going to be finding a lot of pieces to your own inner puzzle here in the future. Like, things are going to be, whether that's your passion, whether that's your purpose, whatever it is, you know, things are going to be making a lot more sense. You're not supposed to have it all figured out right now. So if you've kind of maybe felt like, you know, there's something wrong with you, or like, not that there's something wrong with you, but like there's something wrong that you need to know what it is that you're doing, or whatever the case is, just if you feel like for any instance you have to have all the answers, you don't. I feel like the answers that you do need will come to you, and it's okay to take the time to decide. It's okay to, I feel like you're in an energy right now of releasing, and so your future self is saying to take that time, because it is a necessary part of this journey as well. And when it's time to act, when it's time to go, you will know as well too. Ooh, we have nature communication with the flower energies, fairy energies, and elemental messengers. Okay, so there's a couple different messages coming through with this one as well. First message, elemental messengers. Sometimes the elements and the seasons and the earth is a great example and a great metaphor to what we go through. For example, fall, you know, the leaves change colors, they fall on the ground, the trees shed, you know, it gets colder. So we need to go through these winters to find to bloom again. And it's all a necessary process, and it's a process that the timing is different for everybody, but it's a process that we all tend to go through at times. And like, you know, just like I said, the trees and all of these elemental, you know, what does it say? Messengers, yeah, these messages from elemental sources show us exactly what happens when we let go, when we release, and we regenerate and we recreate. We come back better than ever. And if we were to hold on to those things, they would just slowly be dying, kind of like a snake shedding its skin. It's a part of the process for a snake that it has to go through. It has to go through, and that process can be very, very, very uncomfortable for that snake. I think and the same thing with the cocoon. You know, butterfly in the cocoon, sometimes it's very uncomfortable and it's very challenging, that I think that sometimes they don't even, for some instances, they don't even make it out, because they like, it's like the exhaustion or something. I think I heard that, I'm not sure, but I think sometimes they die from exhaustion. Well, the same thing is the snake not shedding its skin. It will get very sick and it will die. These are all processes, a part of nature, and they're a part of your process as well too. So your future self is saying to honor this process as well. Don't shame yourself for what you're going through. Honor it, because this is a necessary part of your journey. It's going to lead you to your next steps, and it's going to obviously get better. One of the other messengers is that it's changed, that things are always changing. So where you're at right now is not always going to be the same. There is going to be positive change here for you. It's just sometimes doesn't feel that way. Now there's another message here as well too, to communicate more with nature. I feel like for some of you, you are very connected to nature, and for some of you, you have nature guides, so nature spirit guides. So you could have, whether that's up to you to interpret, but nature spirit guides are very helpful as well too. And what I've seen is one of the main messages that they do bring, ironically, is grounding and creation as well too. So connect with your guides. You don't have to have nature spirit guides, but that's just coming through for some of you as well. Elemental spirits as well is coming strong too. So the spirits of the elements, work with the elements as well. And I think that's also a metaphor, finding your true path, finding your direction. Sometimes we need to feel lost to be found, you know, and being lost, it doesn't mean you're actually lost. It's again, all a part of the process and this bigger picture, which is very beautiful. And I think that's very telling to that original message for you, that it doesn't maybe make sense now, but it will later. It will all come together for you later. Your future self is saying it all makes sense. I see why. Don't worry and trust the process. You're going to be okay. Oh my gosh, look at, guys, at the bottom we have set your course. That's funny. And I think this is about you, like, knowing where you want to go, because that strong message of trusting yourself, you know, is where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? You know, is where you're headed. Okay, and then the last from this deck, we have growing up at the bottom, which is about developing and growing, and what does it say? Wanting to grow and experience. Oh, we have lead the way under that too. Be a leader. Show others how it's done. I love that. So we have keep your temper and surrender to the divine. I feel like this keep your temper is about, I mean, it's about not letting your emotions control you, not letting your emotions dictate your choices anymore. Whether that's fear, whether that's anger, whether that's doubt, it's you surrendering to the greater plan as well with this surrender to the divine. I've talked about this before in other readings, but it seems to be coming up again. Surrender is one of those words that you hear it all the time. Sometimes it makes sense to people, sometimes it doesn't. I feel like you have been, or at least are going through a position where you have been kind of forced to surrender, or you will be kind of forced to surrender. Now that sounds like a bad thing. It sounds like, you know, getting beat into submission by the universe, and that sounds angry and bad, but it's actually the best thing that we could ever do, is accept that and surrender. And that kind of goes back to the definition of surrender. When you think about it in war terms, when someone surrenders, it's because they cannot fight anymore. They can't keep going the way that they're going, so they have no choice but to kind of give up and say, hey, look, I surrender. And now it looks like, kind of like with this tower moment, it looks like something that's horrible. And of course in war it is, you know, to that side. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying in your life, it sounds like something that is horrible, but really we kind of have to have some sort of acceptance here that there is a divine plan for you. There's a greater plan for you, and sometimes it doesn't coincide with the plan that we wanted for ourselves, whether that's relationships, jobs, things like that, you know, that you're being asked to let go and really, you know, follow your own path here. And so with that being said, acceptance that we kind of know at times that we don't know, you know, what's best for us at times, even though I'm saying you do, because your intuition does, but that plan, sometimes we don't know. And so we need to surrender to the divine. We need to surrender to that greater plan for us, because that's what we're meant to be doing. There really is, there's no other way. And so sometimes when we resist, it feels like we are getting beat into submission by the universe, by things happening, to the point where it's like we see it again and again and again, and we're like, all right, enough, I get it, I get it, all right, but it's not what we want, you know. And it's hard, and it's out of love, even though it may not feel that way and it may not look that way. I feel like once you get to this destination that your future self is at, you will understand why. And it's usually always because we deserve better, we deserve more. When the universe forces us to let go, it's because we deserve better. And it's hard for us to see that. It's hard for us to understand that at times. But you kind of just have to have trust and faith. And this is an amazing lesson for you. And like it says, for other people. I'm like hyped in this. Oopsies. Sorry about that. Almost had a oopsie. But I was gonna say, I'm like hyped in this reading. Like, I feel like powerful. Like, there's a powerful energy coming from your future self. Here, pile 4. It's crazy. Like, it's, I mean, a good crazy. Like, they know what they're talking about. Even though, like, you know, it's kind of vague. It's like, they know what they're doing. And maybe if you feel right now too, if you feel lost, you feel like you don't know what you're doing, you feel like doubts, or you feel, oh my gosh, you feel fear, that's this, that feeling that I'm feeling right here, that certainty is coming for you. It's saying that you're gonna know, you'll get there. Okay, so we have envy coming in reverse for you. What are some other messages here? We have grief. Yeah, going through the process of grief is realizing, I feel like this envy here is almost like an energy of letting go of that fear of missing out, holding on to things for longer because you're fearing that it's going to be something different, but it's been shown to you what it is. You've been shown the truth of what it was, how it's going to play out and what it's going to be. And so to let go of that illusion of that it's meant to be more, it's going to be more, it is what it is. And I know this is a part of the grieving process is difficult, and there's anger and there's all of these other things, so you're being asked to allow yourself that grace to feel that process, but don't let that influence your decisions on maybe going back to the past or attaching yourself to the past. Just because it hurts and it feels like, you know, you feel it, doesn't mean that you're meant to keep it with you, if that makes sense. And that could be in regards to just pain in general, you know, the experiences that you went through. You don't have to hold on to that. I was gonna say desire for it to be what you thought it was, or what it was supposed to be, if that makes sense. And then we have judgment coming out for you again. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. This kind of, that message right there is kind of in regards to this envy as well too. Like, you're just like other people have unique paths and challenges, you do as well too. And not everyone and everything is meant to come across your path as well too, just because it happens to someone else, or someone else gets something, or they do something, or you see another happy relationship, or you see someone that's rich, you know, rich and famous and everything like that, does not mean that they didn't have their own challenges. And not everyone, it's not all sunshine, you know what I'm saying? And the things that are meant for you are going to be for you. Even though you may feel like we don't have them right now, that doesn't mean that you're never going to have those things. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we have envy twice. And it says, I am the same as everybody else with different challenges. What does this one say? Isn't that the same freaking thing? I understand. Oh, it's I am the same as everyone else with different challenges. And I understand that everyone else has their own unique paths and challenges. Comparison is the thief of joy, pile 4. When you compare your situation to someone else's, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's there, that it's going to be that. You're not going to have that same outcome. You're not going to go through the same things. As well as, like, what works for somebody else isn't necessarily going to work for you. And I feel like there's an energy of, just because something worked for someone else doesn't mean that, you know, it's never going to work for you. But it might be different for you. It's going to be different for you. It's different for everybody. So I feel like there's an energy here. There's a message here to not compare yourself or your situation to anyone else's, because yours is so specifically and divinely unique that even in a general message, it's still kind of coming through general, because this is so unique for you. And it's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be your own experience. It's supposed to be unique for you, and it's supposed to be special for you. So with that being said, it does come a little bit more challenging when you can't just compare yourself to someone else because you want to know what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it's like almost like for information as well too. So with that being said, I feel like there's a need to understand that people have their own things going on in their own thing, like their own stuff. But just know too, in this life, one of the things that we all can collectively go through in this life on earth is that we all go through challenges. We all suffer at one point in time. We all experience loss, and we all experience things that we don't want. that we don't want to happen to us anymore, or you know what I'm saying? And so just know that if someone seemingly has it better, or there's a specific message too, if you think someone moved on and they are in a happy situation, just know that I am specifically talking to you, that person, that it's not what it seems. It's not always rainbow and sunshines, and people will try really hard to make their life look like it's perfect, especially if they know other people are watching. They'll definitely do that. So keep that in mind as well too when you are comparing other people's situations to yours. It's never what it seems. And with this fear of missing out too, with this grief and this fear, the fear of missing out of like, oh, well, if I let go of this, then if I let go of this situation, then all of a sudden it's going to be what I wanted it to be and I'm going to miss out. That's an illusion of the mind. That's not true. Specifically in relationships as well too, if you are with a partner that maybe, like, for example, did not communicate, wasn't very empathetic, didn't understand your needs, just know that the odds of them finding someone else and being a great communicator, being super compassionate and empathetic and understanding the needs, you know, to that person are slim to none. It does not work like that. There's a process that person has to go through to understand those things as well too. That's something that our minds kind of create and say, like, okay, if we let go of this, then that person's going to get that version of them that we were promised. That version of them was a lie. Just like they're going to lie to that person most likely and say that, you know, and then they're going to realize as well too. And that was just a metaphor. That can also be in other aspects of life as well too. But just know that you're not missing out on anything that you're not meant to miss out on, and all the things that you're meant to receive are going to come to you. So just be patient. Okay, so on that note, where are we at? Oops, sorry, my zipper keeps getting caught on here, and it sounds like it sounds bad, but I'm not farting, okay? Every time I hear it, I'm like, I think it even happened in the intro too. I was like, did it sound like I did that? But it's just my stupid zipper getting caught on the thing. Okay. So one advice, I feel like that kind of lightened the mood a little bit too. I feel like if you are going through a heavy time as well too, it is going to lighten up for you eventually. Like, we have that sun coming out for you eventually. Just know that it will get better. It is getting better. You're on the right path to great things. Sometimes we go through huge challenges and great obstacles, or we go through scenarios in our life that we just feel like are so tough. And a lot of the time, from what I've seen from patterns, a lot of the time it's followed with, you know, great times. It's followed with ease. It's followed with grace. Nothing lasts forever. It's not always going to be this hard. It's not going to be this confusing. And we've seen this from your future self coming through, saying that there is going to be clarity. It will get better. You will know. And now I'm hearing a Stevie Nicks song. Oh, when the rain washes clean, you'll know. Oh my God, the heck, the beginning song was, I can see clearly now the rain's gone. Oh, pile 4, the storm is going to pass, and it's gonna get so good for you. And that's the same thing as like when the rain washes clean, when you get that clarity, when you heal the heartache, it kind of goes away. You will see. Trust that it is coming. Okay, so here we have, I now create a wonderful new job. I am totally open and receptive to a wonderful new position. Using my creative talents and abilities, it goes all weird, so I'm trying to read it. Using my creative talents and abilities, working for and with people I love in a wonderful location, and earning good money. Sorry for the skippiness, but the message was very beautiful. Yeah, for some of you going through hard times as well too, especially some sort of job loss. There was something that had happened to where you felt like, I can definitely see that here with the Tower moment as well too. For some of you, I'm hearing this is like multiple things seeming to happen at once in your life. It just feels like it's a lot coming down on you. I just want to say your feelings are valid and you are seen, and it's okay to feel this way. And I understand why you would be stressing. I completely understand, but just try to have faith that it is going to get better. You are attracting, this is what this is saying, you are attracting a new position. And that's something that I've seen a lot of the times too as well, that sometimes us letting go or something, it seems like a disaster happening at our job or our workplace, like getting fired, is because the universe is bringing in a better position for you. You know, it's because you didn't deserve that job anymore. Now you deserve something better, and it is going to come for you. This is confirmation for sure that it is coming for you. All right. Any more advice here for my wonderful pile fours, my strong, resilient pile four from their future self? What is the advice here, please? I am at peace with my age. Ooh, and this one's like going this way too. This came out in another pile, and this is really, it was a really beautiful message. So we'll see. So each age has its own special joys and experiences. I am always the perfect age for where I am in life. I feel like the message here for you is you're where you're supposed to be, no matter how old you are or where you think you should be at in life by now. Sometimes we have to start over to be where we're really meant to be. You know what I'm saying? And that can come at any age. That could come, you know, this type of tower moment could come at 50, this could come at 40, this could come at, you know, in your early 20s. Whatever age you're at, just know that it's happening for your greater good, and to not judge yourself as well on where you think you should be and what you should know or what you should do. With that being said, every time we turn a different age or we have a birthday, just remember, hey, it's your first time ever being that age. You don't know how you're supposed to act. You don't know what it's like to be that age. You're just barely experiencing it for the first time, okay? So you don't have, when people say act your age, that's so stupid. It's like, how am I supposed to act? I've never been this age before. Have you? You know? It's okay to feel like you're not where you need to be, but just understand that it has nothing to do with your maturity or where you're supposed to be at. You're not doing anything wrong. Like, you haven't done anything wrong in any way, like in regards to this. It's not a punishment, it's an upheaval. So we also have, I release all fears and doubts. Oh God, let me try to read this one. Okay. I accept myself and create peace in my mind and heart. I now choose to free myself from all destructive fears and doubts. I am loved and I am safe. This has come up a couple times, not this card, but this I am safe. It's one of my favorite mantras, and especially when we're going through hard times, we have to remind ourselves that we are safe. That's one of my favorite, when I'm having anxieties, when I'm having fears, like, you know, when sometimes when those bills come and we're like, I don't know if I can pay that, or, you know what I'm saying, that mindset starts to kick in. I just put my hand over my heart and I just take deep breaths and I just repeat to myself, I am safe. I am safe. And I swear to you, it works so well every single time. It's like I feel this comfort washing over me. So practice that as well too, if that's something that you would be into. Okay, we have I am beautiful and everybody loves me. I radiate acceptance. I am deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. You are a being of love. Okay? Love radiates from within you. And you are so loved by Spirit. It's ridiculous. It's unconditional. You could be the worst person in the world and Spirit would still love you. And I know that's hard for a lot of us to understand. And we're like, well, what if we're this? What if we do that? What if we do that? What if we do that? It does not matter. It doesn't matter. You are unconditionally loved and you are unconditionally accepted. And when you start looking at yourself through the eyes of an unconditionally loved being, regardless of what mistakes you make or regardless of what you think or what thoughts you have or what feelings you have or what you've done, and you just think of yourself or look at yourself through the lens of the way spirit sees you, which is just beautiful and perfect in every single way, I think self-acceptance becomes a lot easier. It's almost as if you're like looking through the eyes, looking at yourself like a child through the eyes of a loving, unconditionally loving mother. You know, like, that's my baby. That's my baby right there. You know, like those moms where their kids like can't do any wrong, even though they're like they're obviously doing wrong, you know, like they're like acting all crazy and stuff, and they're just like, oh, that is just how they are. I love them anyways. Kind of like that, like but even more, even deeper than that. It goes beyond that. So just know that you are loved, and self-acceptance is one of the best ways to radiate that outward as well too. Once you start accepting yourself, you don't care if anyone else accepts you. You know, you're like, I got spirit on my back, on my side, you know. I got spirit and me, and I know that I'm trying my best out here. That's what we're all really doing, is just trying our best. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way we want to, and sometimes it does. But just know for you specifically, it's all going to work out in the end, for sure. It's like there's like some big master plan here going on with you. It's crazy. Like the universe is like conspiring in your favor. Just right now it doesn't look like it, but there's like some big master plan that's all coming together for you. And I think it's amazing and beautiful, and I can't wait to see it unfold for you. I don't know if I'll see it unfold for you. Maybe you'll still be around here, but in my readings, in my channel, but I know your future self can't wait to see it unfold. So yeah, I think on that note, I'm going to leave this reading here for you, Pile 4. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Thank you so much for anyone who supports this channel in any way. Thank you to the people that like the video, share, comment, just support it in any way. Just know that I'm so grateful for you, and I see you, and I love you, and I appreciate you. And I can't wait to read for you guys in the next Pick a Card. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.